Another Saturday, the 41 Chevy pickup loaded with building materials destined for the Wilson's Sierra cabin site. On a previous trip to Pioneer, Gary invited his friend Dale Spady, who had spent the night, thinking Dale could help at the building site, and later the two could find some time to explore the surrounding wooded hillsides for abandoned mines. Gary and his sister Nancy, having discovered tailings from several sites but never had the opportunity to investigate, he especially wanted to return to the remnant ruins of an old cabin and look for artifacts. The first chore for the two after arriving was to unload the numerous 50-pound concrete piers for the risers that would support the floor beams and joist. Gary, having loaded them in the pickup, knew from experience, the more you moved, the heavier they seemed. Noticing Dale had stopped and was sitting. From his appearance he didn't look well, his pallor was pale and said he was chilled. Dad, taking notice, still wanting to accomplish something after the long drive, telling the two they wouldn't spend the night, but would return home as soon as he leveled and set the piers in position. Gary assisting, knowing the importance of the pier placement as they were the foundation for the structure. It was late afternoon by the time all the piers were in place, the three returning to Oakland. The biggest concern was waiting for PG&E to provide electrical service in this recently opened realty property. The day finally arriving, father and son now able to give their building some definitive presence. The risers and heavy-duty beams, 2x6 floor joist, all accomplished on weekend trips. Entertaining another journey to the Sierra foothills, only this time in the family car, with Gary's mother and sister Nancy, his sister Kay remaining in Oakland, as was her habit, staying with her best friend Diane Pine. The 48 Chevy transpiring down the once bulldozed lane, Gary's mom and sister viewing the completed progress he and his dad had accomplished for the first time. The family aggregation approaching the compiled edifice, suddenly freezing in their tracks. Across the floor joist was what appeared to be a surveyor's line, marking the property line. The surveyors having arrived, leaving their mark, apparently disregarding the tree property line markings posted by the realty agent when the property was purchased. Gary's dad's disposition rapidly changing to one of concern, recounting the words spoken by the realtor indicating the property lines, marking the trees, stating their labeling would be used in determining the actual area size of the property. A further inspection found another line down the slope towards what was characterized as the federal land boundary, which was supposed to have bordered the Wilson property. It was apparent that the real estate concern had managed to adjust the line to include another lot between the Wilson's acreage and the federal land. Gary visualized the situation. The marketing agent was cajole in his zeal to traffic the property, and used the proximity of trees to master his persuasion. The Wilsons' concern was negated after visiting the Martell real estate office. A discussion of the adjusted boundary was productive, a solution was agreed upon. Any variations made by the surveyors in the property line would be adjusted to encompass all prior construction, meaning the boundary line would be changed to encompass the building project so it would remain within the Wilsons' property. Gary concluding that if boundaries are determined by trees, we must live in a forest.